Stand up and shout mice.
Mice! Mice!
Mice are nice, but I am not a nice mice. I am an evil rat, and I'm evil because I'm angry, and I'm angry because I'm late, and I'm late because they're early. It's their fault. Taskmaster was an hour early again this week, and I did not catch it this time. I did catch it for episode 2. But yeah, so I'm just going to be all pouty for this entire episode. So get used to it. But today, I will not have the live chat, which I don't get to really read anyway. But I try to. But anyway, we'll just talk a little bit about stuff beforehand and then do everything the same way, just without the chat. So, let's begin. I've got some scores that I want to share. First of all, I don't think I ever shared the Series 3 scores on screen. I should do, I'll do all of them right now, okay? Here's 1. There you go, episode 1. Here's 2. There you go, episode 2. Here's 3, the one that hasn't been on screen at all. And here's 4, which brings us to our series scores. And it looks like this. I actually added the differences row this time because specifically in episode 4, Greg doled out so many more points than I did. And roughly everyone's equal between Greg's scoring and my scoring, except, it has an equal difference, really, except for Reese and Sanjeev. Reese is a little less, Sanjeev's a little more. You can read the numbers, but, yeah. So I bet you're wondering, well, then why do we do this anyway? Why, if it's just going to be roughly the same, why do we do this? I don't know. It's been really consistent this year between me and Greg. All 4 episodes have had the same winners, but that did not happen in previous series. So I wonder where we're going to split off, because I'm sure we will eventually. All right, and we'll just watch the premiere music thing for a little bit and talk about, there's Ratreon. I always talk about that. I should talk about something else. There's links to Ratreon. There's also links to, I talked about this last time, where I did a little rat version of Taskmaster, an actual episode, not a reaction. And that's down there, although it's not actually a rat episode. It's a human episode that kind of is similar to how mine went. But, yeah. If you're on YouTube, watch a little bit more and then see the rest on Ratreon. Early access now. Okay. So, there's a couple gross tasks in there. And then that really long clip of Reese saying there's nothing straightforward. I always feel like that one doesn't fit in. It's just too long. But we're going to talk about bats today. All right, bye, YouTube. All right, I need to come up with my obfuscation points. Well, now I don't want to give it to Phil or Reese. But I kind of do, because it's actually cheating school. It's fun. And it's fun to see. Pause. And I'm going to give a point in obfuscation to pulled pork for Reese. And then I'm possibly giving one to Anya and Maisie. Just because I think the rules in that pulling task were confusing. Anyway. Okay. I am gonna speed through these final scores and talk about everything because I've got something. I'm overtime and I've got something happening soon. But I also have 2 stories to tell real quick. Well, not stories, but for the prize task, they're both involved in the prize task. Phil's dog. I think I get what he was actually going for. His dog photo is like it's a photo of your family, but there's somebody extra in it or somebody missing from it. Like that could potentially be confusing. And he did that with the dog, but it didn't work. And then Anya's jelly beans. She said she made her own, sticking them together. I just watched. I only got to watch the first half of it so far, but there was a fan-made Taskmaster episode. There's plenty of them. And I'm trying to get to watch at least a few of them. And this one seemed to be going pretty good for Tony's 40th birthday. I'll put that into the description. But yeah, someone for the prize task brought in little candy molds. So that reminded me of that. Yeah, so I'll put a link to that anyway. Let's get, what did everyone actually bring for that? Because I should. Okay, I got 5 points for Maisie for that autobiography, which isn't hers, and it's in a different language, in hieroglyphs. That's wonderful. Although, if you go that far to confuse someone, they might the archaeologists might figure out, oh, they did it just to confuse us. If you go that far, but I'm giving her 5 anyway. 4 to Sanjeev for 2 unrelated items, including one that did fairly well in the previous prize task. 3 points to Reese. He brought in the mirror. Yeah, I didn't love it, but I did think it was better than Anya's jelly beans. Did I? I mean, that's what I wrote. So, okay, 3 to 2, and then 1 point to Phil because his didn't work. All right, I talked a lot about the pulling task, so I think I'm just going to intersperse that here because I paused. I paused watching, so I can just put that right here. I rewatched the task instructions, and it is confusing. I'm gonna mark 3 things about it. One of the lines is, throughout your pull, you must remain on this red-green. That's the only clear thing I see about this task. And I'm going to say, Reese, he did not stay on there. He went out to retie his string, and I guess he was not pulling while he did that. But no, I'm going to say that is disqualification. And I'm partly doing that, partly do what I'm about to do just because I want to be different from Greg's scores because of how similar the scores have been so far. We could change things here. But I'm also giving 0 to Anya and Maisie. And Maisie, because ultimately she did not complete it. All right. So she can't get any points, but what was I gonna say? It's she broke the string. There was nothing in the task about the string breaking. I kind of thought, yeah, like if the string breaks, then it's over. The thing it does say is you have 1 attempt. And I guess that's another thing that I can put against Reese. But I'm also going to put it against Anya, because that was not her attempt. She had an attempt to pull the string, and then Alex had an attempt. And I don't know. Again, I'm trying to be different from Greg, so I'm giving 3 zeros this task. Okay, we might put some obfuscation points in later, but we need to keep watching. And we're back on YouTube. If you were on Ratreon, I'm not gonna make you listen to it again, but we're back. Task number 3. Trying to go quick. I really enjoyed that. I'm not a prank sort of rat where you do things that, like, a lot of American prank shows or TV shows where you like go out in public and do something really awkward or make something appear like there's danger or something. I don't like those, but this felt really different because I guess one, because it's Taskmaster and Alex is there and he's the perfect foil for that kind of thing. And two, because it was being put on. But that actually is the reason why I gave this certain amount of points that I gave, which is 4 to the team of 3, which were genuinely awkward. And then just 1 point to the team of 2, because it was improv. It was not genuine awkwardness. And I also think even the improv went a little bit too far past awkwardness and into like attacks, verbal bickering, sort of. Not bickering, but anyway. I do think it went too far. It was still very entertaining, just not quite what the task asked. Then another task. I didn't write what this was. What was it? Yeah, finger painting. Let me go see those paintings again real quick. Yes, I gave 5 points to Anya, because that is a white suit, or maybe just something she'd never colored it, but it is a white suit, and it appears to be him. I gave 4 points, actually, to Phil's, who I thought looked like Linguini from Ratatouille, who is a chef, even though he's not wearing the same clothes. 3 points to Sanjeev, because I guess just because it's good art and it depicts a human male. And 2 points to Reese and 1 point to Maisie, which she hasn't been doing too well this episode, but for the life of me, I could not think of a good reason within the task parameters to give her more points than 1. Then we get to the live task, which was far more exciting than I thought it would be. And for about 10 seconds, maybe 15 seconds, well, I don't know, I thought they were going to work together, and that nearly happened. Yeah, that's rough. I think, yeah, okay, I'm just, that was a tough task, and I was kind of just enjoying the chaos rather than going through it in my head. But yeah, now thinking about it, my initial thought was to not eat it. And actually, the moment you say everyone should eat it, then that gives somebody the opportunity to snag that victory by not doing it. But if nobody does it, well, now I can't remember. I think they all lose the pounds, or Greg gets the die. I don't even know. It was confusing. All right, well, I would have asked for the task to be read out loud one more time, so we can figure out whether to eat those lame ducks. Okay, and then obfuscation. The obfuscation round. I gave Reese 1 point for pulled pork. Also, for the live task. Sometimes I score the live tasks differently. And actually, I am going to do that now. I'm going to change my mind before I tell you the final scores. Because, even though I don't have much time, because I think I don't like when they change up the points too quickly. Like that one Series 15 task, for instance, where one team got 10 points and the other got 0. So I'm just changing, instead of +3 and -3, I'm changing it to 2s. And then I'll see how that affects the scores. I still know who the winner is. That's not going to change. But it does mean, after the obfuscation round, which I'm doing this out of order, which I'll explain in a minute, that does mean that Sanjeev gets 13 points, Reese gets 9. And Maisie gets 6 points instead of the 5 she had before. All right, and Anya gets 10. And our winner, again, the same winner, is Phil Ellis with 16 points. All right, and then there's the obfuscation round. Reese got the title point. Anya and Maisie, I think, because that polling task, the rules were really hard to get a grasp on, and there were a couple things that were definitely unclear. Because of that, I'm saying that they still get a point for their attempts. So yeah, and those are your scores. And I am out of time. Next time, I will be early. Even if they're an hour early, I will still be early, and we're going to talk about the contestants, which I've said several times in a row now. Oh, we're going to talk about it. Well, I don't have time. I don't. I'm still angry. I've been angry this whole time. Okay, we're done. Done. See you next time. Bye.
I reckon I did really well on this one.